Beautiful people, it is your mom of 3 in NYC, and I am back with a new video. If this happens to be your very first time here, welcome. My name is Taneza. I am the mother of 3 audacious kids living in the heart of New York City. I have another family here on YouTube. I would love for you to join. SUBSCRIBE down below. This video, my friends, is a review of Married at First Sight Season 18 Chicago Episode 6. Never forget about Carla. Juan had good intentions. That Juan took David on like a bro date, like they went to the spa and had all these treatments, because Juan could tell during that tequila tasting David was stressed out. He was not feeling so good. His confidence was wah, wah, wah. And he wanted to be there for his friend, right? Good idea. What's not a good idea, Juan, is when you sit down to eat with your new wife and you tell her you were having such a good time that you forgot about her. You were having such a blast, your wife did not cross your mind at all. And that may be true, right? That's your truth, but just don't share stuff like that. Not a good idea. Not a good idea to tell a person that you're getting to know that you don't think about them. Carla's upset by this. And this, folks, is when we see a different side of Carla. Absolutely. We see the colder side of Carla when she's not happy, when she checks out and removes herself from said situation. That's what happened here. It was uncomfortable to watch. Cute idea, their little photo shoot with the waterfall, underwater shots, here for all of it. Carla was not feeling it. She was a good sport finally at the end and made an effort to hold her breath underwater, but you could tell something's bothering her. Absolutely. Ike and MM. Ike asked MM, you tell me how you like to be loved. Ike is a romantic. Ike likes the idea of love, and in my Taneza's opinion, does not realize how much work love is. So he's into the rainbows and the hearts, the unicorns and the hugs. But I think that Ike is not aware, after 12 years of being solo dolo, of how much work love really is. Emma should stop drinking. I've said that every episode. She needs to stop drinking. Her eyes are low. She's slurring her words. She would be a better version of herself, I think, if she drank less. MM says that she wants physical affection. Gentle touch is one of her love languages. They have both been in love. They've both been engaged. They both had fiancé that did not work out, but they do know what it is to be in love. I said, uh-oh. MM has no good examples of good relationships or marriages. At least Ike has his brother and sister-in-law, and he loves their love, and that's what he wants to follow. Camille and Thomas. Uh-oh, troubled waters. According to Camille, Thomas is not the kind of guy she usually goes for. Thomas does not seem as in touch with his black side. Remember, he's mixed. He's half black and half white. This is definitely a huge insecurity of Thomas's. He tells Camille about how he went to a predominantly white high school, very few African Americans. He and his twin brother were teased and bullied for years for not being black enough. And you can tell, like, he needs to be in therapy. I'm a big advocate, if you guys don't know, of therapy. I am. Working through childhood traumas to be a better adult. I am. He needs therapy. He still gets choked up talking about his childhood. He needs to work through it. We see MM and I get ready for bed. That spark is de-sparking. They definitely have like a physical attraction at the beginning. It's decreasing by the day. You can definitely see MM is more into Ike, mark my words, than Ike is into MM. Even like snuggling, she goes up to him. And I think that sometimes drinking, whether you realize it or not, can be a barrier to communication. I think she's extra tipsy and he's not. She's not reading the room. She's not. And it's making her look a little bit desperate. It is. And that's a turn off for anybody. Day 9 of marriage. Juan calls Carla passive aggressive. Juan needs Carla to not be passive aggressive and instead to communicate her frustrations, her needs, her wants better. Carla said that when they move in together, she needs 2 things from Juan. He needs to leave the apartment when she needs to go to the restroom because she gets nervous. And she needs 30 minutes of silence when she gets home after work. She talks so much during the day. She needs silence and time to decompress. Juan's like, but I miss you. I want to say hi and see how your day was. And she's like, look, just take her word for it, Juan. She's giving you a warning. She's giving you a heads up Take it and run. It is the last day in paradise. All the couples get together. It looks like they're dressed for dinner, but it's very bright. So maybe like a late lunch, early dinner. Beautiful weather. They all look great. No one wants to be physical. I noticed that. It was a fairly easygoing conversation. I think that everyone kept saying, I'm looking forward to getting back in the real world. I'm looking forward to getting back to my routine, my schedule, back to my job, back to my real life. We'll see how things are then. I get it. It's been about a week and a half. They're missing their animals, their jobs, their routine. This is when the rubber meets the road and they return to their daily grinds. If they're able to incorporate this new person and this new relationship into their lives. After this couple's dinner, we see Camille and Thomas walking back to their bungalow. Thomas says, stay right here for a moment. He runs in. Last night, remember? He tosses rose petals. He puts a heart on the bed. He is ready. He remembers that orange lingerie set with the black lace that she was like, ooh, I might wear this. Yeah, he was like, wowzers. He's like, I know she got it in her bag. She has not brought it out. Tonight is the last night. He does this little romantic gesture, super sweet. He goes to get her, brings her in. The next thing we see is her coming out of the bathroom, dressed for bed, in a long t-shirt. He's like, nice color. He was not expecting that. No, Camille, you pulled a fast one. You pulled a fast one. Let's talk. With her full night gear, she sits him down in the bed. She explains that they're headed in the right direction. She needs more time to continue to feel comfortable, but that it may happen in the future. Hold your horses, Thomas. See why we have been matched, but let's hold off on the physical right now. Day 10 of marriage. Time to return to Chicago. Okay, Michelle. Michelle's a miserable person. Sounds rude, and I don't want to be rude. I can see why she's single. I can see why some of these people are like such great catches. Like, how come? I can see why she's single. She too is looking forward to going back to Chicago. She says that there'll be lots more open space, so that should be better for them. Michelle tells David, unbeknownst to him, there is no connection there. She explains. She would not feel comfortable sleeping in the same bed as David. What can he say? Michelle says, I can't help how I feel. You're absolutely right, Michelle. You cannot help how you feel. You can help doing things that would put you guys in the right direction. But you don't. You don't do anything productive, Michelle. All you do is lament and repeat. He lives at home with his parents. He's a grown man living in his parents' basement over and over and over again. David continues to try to be positive. He gets it. They're not sharing a bed. I guess maybe if a 2-bedroom. We see Madison and Alan. I said, thank you, Madison, for being there for Alan. We find out that overnight he got a phone call. One of his close friends has passed away. He just saw this guy a couple of weeks ago. He's having a really, really hard time, and she is being a supportive partner. In the comments below, I still don't know what happened with Madison and Alan. I thought there was this great physical chemistry, meeting at the altar, the wedding reception, the wedding night. Maybe it was the alcohol, because Madison is concerned that their relationship will go more towards roommate friend than romantic, and she's concerned about that moving in with Alan. It's whack. Michelle does not sit by David on the flight home. They both want window seats. It's like she's not even doing the bare minimum. Like, sit in the middle. Like, sit with your husband. So whack for that. They move into their apartments. They're small. I mean, they have great views, but those apartments are tiny. Is that intentional? 2-seater couch with 2 chairs? There's like no space, you guys. These apartments are getting smaller and smaller. Madison has a sit down with Alan, and she explains that she is attracted to men who, quote, actively take care of themselves. And she went off on the tangent of like working out. But I think, like she mentioned before, the whole metrosexual head to toe, like groomed, looking good, smelling good kind of guy. And that's not Alan yet. And then 2, his fashions. She said that he has loud outfits. He's just quirky. I don't have a problem with the way he dresses. He's quirky. She says that she just doesn't want him to look like too much of a mess. A mess. That's why she's friend zoned him. Thomas tells Camille, don't be too nice to me. Like, if I'm doing something that's annoying you, make sure you speak up. Let me know. I'm open to feedback. So I just said 2 minutes ago, thank you, Madison, for being there for Alan when he found out his friend had passed. Madison, it's your first night in your new home with your husband. Why are you going to happy hour with your friends? Why did you stay overnight in your old house? What? Yo, Alan's a nice guy. That was whack. Just lost someone he cares about deeply. You just traveled from Mexico back to Chicago. You just moved in today, and you're going to go out to happy hour. You're grown. Bad decision, but you're grown. Are you guys liking the season? I do look forward to seeing you in our next review. Bye for now, tribe.